Welcome back, Titans fans. We are going to do an instant reaction to the pick at number 7 the Tennessee Titans just made. The pick is in. Tennessee Titans select JC Latham, right tackle out of Bama. At 6'6" and 340 pounds, he is a beast of a man. But was he the right pick?
Good question. I wasn't exactly thrilled with it. I wanted Joe Alt or Nabels, and when both those was picked before us. Now that I don't blame the Titans for because we can't help what the Chargers and Giants do. But when that happened, I'm like, let's just might as well maybe get Roman. What's his last name? Adunze, or trade back. And that's not. That's what I wanted to do. And then we get Latham, and I'm like, you said he's right tackle. That's not what we need. That's the wrong spot on the offensive line. I'm not exactly thrilled. I mean, and maybe he might be great, but we still need a left tackle bad.
Yeah, I think the Chargers might help Rand Carthon look a little better because apparently Diana Rossini is with the what is she with? The Athletic, I think. She has good sources in Tennessee. She always knows what's going on. Like anytime there's like insider news, she's one of the first to break it when it comes to Titans. So she has good sources. She says that Bill Callahan loves, not Brian, but Bill Callahan loved JC Latham and that JC Latham was his favorite player in the whole draft. So, it's possible that the Chargers made Rand look better than he is because if Joe Alt would have been there at 7 and they would have picked JC Latham, if they had to pick JC Latham over Joe Alt, I'd be mad because then I'd be mad. Like right now, I'm disappointed because I really wanted Alt Neighbors. They were like 1A, 1B. Yeah. I thought Neighbors would be better than Alt as far as a player, but Alt filled a huge need that we had. Mm-hmm. And when those two both went, I was like, oh. I think the biggest thing that annoys me about JC Latham is most people thought he was going to be mid first round. Yeah. If he was going to be mid first round, we should have. Maybe we tried. Maybe we tried, but we should have traded back because if we picked him at 12, I'd be like, because then we'd have like a third round pick, maybe even a second round.
Yeah, it's disappointing. I actually didn't think I would be disappointed this draft. I thought this draft was a draft that I was impossibly disappointed because like I want Joe Alt, but if we get Neighbors, then I'm happy. And I didn't see a way, I really didn't, that both would be off the board because I heard and what I think they should have done. I thought Giants were going to get a quarterback, and that's what I think they should have done, and they didn't. Mm-hmm. And so that's through the monkey wrench and everything. But I can't believe Joe Alt and Neighbors gone before we pick. That was very disappointing. I'm really annoyed and angry. But the thing is, I actually don't know if I blame the Titans for this one. It's just the way the cookie crumbled. But it's such Titan luck. And I was like,
yeah. Because I think that was their two guys. I know they also really loved Marvin Harrison Jr. apparently, but he wasn't going to fall to 7. Yeah. But basically, like, we love Marvin Harrison Jr. We love Malik Neighbors. Who knows? They might have loved Joe Alt. And but none of them made it to 7. So in a lot of ways, it was and I'm trying to sound dramatic or anything, and I'm not going to give this an F, but in a lot of ways, that turned into a worst case scenario. Picks 1 to 6.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Actually, I'll just go ahead and say it. It was the worst case scenario, 1 to 6, as far as what players were available, because there was actually some talk that the Colts wanted to trade up to get Malik Neighbors. That would have been really bad. Yeah. So at least that didn't happen. But I really wanted 3 players. I wanted Joe Alt, Malik Neighbors, Rome Odunze. One of those 3 guys I wanted. 2 of them were gone, and one, I guess he's still undrafted as far as I know, because I know the Falcons just shocked the world and went Michael Penix Jr.
That was a bad idea of them. I'm not even saying Penix is not a good quarterback, but I'm saying, why did you sign Kirk Cousins if you don't do that?
I don't remember how long of a deal they gave Kirk Cousins, but yeah, it was weird by the Falcons. Maybe they need a new general manager.
Falcons need defense bad, and they got a quarterback when they already had one. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Falcons. We're here to talk about these losers. But
Yeah.
anyway, so we'll see what we do in the second round. Maybe we can do something like, okay, you know what? I feel a little bit a little bit better. But I just don't like, as of right now, we got another year with no left tackle.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe they try to move him to left tackle,
Yeah.
but like, and for all we know, we might hear about that tonight because obviously, as you know, they do like a interview after they
Yeah.
draft their first pick, so they might even be doing it right now for all I know. I just looked at my watch.
That you don't have.
Yeah, that I don't have. So
Yeah.
they might be doing it right now, and they might. I'm sure somebody's going to ask the question: is he going to be right tackle or going to move him to left? If they're variable, oh, we like versatility and blah, 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 blah. That's what they would say. But we'll see if they say anything, if they give us anything to work with, like oh maybe, or if they go no, he's right tackle, or like oh yeah, we see him as a left tackle, like we could transition him to a left tackle. If they can if they can transition him into a left tackle, I would give this a B, maybe B minus. But if he's a right tackle, I might have to. It sounds so pessimistic, which is not my style, but I might have to give it like a C plus.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm gonna, yeah, like you said, the left tackle and right tackle thing, that's a big deal, and we'll see what they do there. But I would say this though, it's also a gamble though, because you can't guarantee a right tackle will do well on the left and vice versa. So it's kind of a gamble. Um, Maybe I'm being over optimistic here, just because just looking at the beast of a man,
I mean, it's huge.
I would say I'll give it a B minus, just because yeah, left tackle is what we needed, but right tackle wasn't great either.
I mean, no,
Well,
we needed left and right tackles. And maybe we should have seen this coming because Rand Carthon just said in an interview less than a week ago, he said most people's best edge rushers rush on the right side. So he said that's why it's important to have not just a good left tackle, but a good right tackle. So maybe he was dropping us some breadcrumbs there. But I mean, and it's a good point. But at the same time, when you had your heart set on three guys and then none of them happened, kind of like technically I got a little disappointed last year because I really wanted Paris Johnson Jr. He was the best left tackle in last year's draft, and I kind of wanted Jackson Smith and Jigba, which I'm glad we didn't get him. And then we ended up going Peter Skronsky. I'm like, fills a need, good player. I guess that's fine. That's kind of how I am with JC Latham. We did need a right tackle, and I mean he was like the third best tackle rating wise, and just slowly but surely he got moved up. For some reason this last week he's some reason gotten like a lot of heat. A lot of people were saying like the Chargers would take JC Latham at 5. A lot of people were saying. So for whatever reason, he just skyrocketed in popularity there at the end. But I mean, maybe if depends on what day you ask me, I can curve it up to a B minus. I just left tackle.
left
What a
tackle is what we
whole.
needed. I was like, left tackle is what we need, and having a new flash receiver was always fun. So now we
Mm-hmm.
kind of didn't get quite the position that we needed, and we didn't get the fun person either. You know what I mean? So that's just like,
Yeah.
So this is last year in the first round with Peter Skronsky. I'm like, I'm not angry, but it's this year, same thing. Like, I'm not. I hate the Titans. This is horrible, but it's So this is 2 years in a row. This is But on the bright side, let's say he does work out. You got Lloyd Christian buried in the center. You got Peter Skronsky as a guard. You know, our offensive line is getting a little bit better than it has been. What's your face about?
I'm reading quotes from Callahan in this. Says Brian Callahan on JC Latham. He sees himself as a left tackle. Played it in high school. All of the guys think they can play left tackle. That would curve it up to a B minus. If we get the second best tackle and have him at left, I'll trade it up to a B
I do
minus.
know one thing they did say is that he did a lot of penalties. So let's hope we can coach that out of him.
Maybe he'll fit right in where Taylor Lewan once was, penalizing away. It's like solid to good to sometimes elite tackle play with some penalties.
Yeah.
Will Levis tweeted, said, "Let's go, Trench King," or "Let's work, Trench King," to exclamation marks. So I guess we'll go ahead because it's just a little instant reaction because we're supposed to give like a bigger reaction. We might do a reaction on the second round tomorrow, and we'll for sure do one Saturday night after the whole draft is over. But you got anything else you want to say before we call it a day?
No, tighten up. Again, like I said, with nothing else, we got some pieces on this offensive line that I think the offensive line won't be a complete joke. It's just that left tackle, that blind side is so Honestly, what is it right now? The season started right now. Who's our left tackle?
It might be Nicholas Petit Ferrer. But
He,
for me, maybe I have his leash too short. But like for me, I think the ship has sailed.
yeah. Either way, we'll see what the rest of the draft looks like. But right now, it's just like again, I give it a B minus. So it's passable. But I just didn't think I thought this draft was gonna be A no matter what. A minus with Neighbors and A plus with Joe Alt. So I'm just disappointed that I didn't think we could mess this draft up. But again, it's not our fault, but it's the way things worked out.
I mean, yeah, it is what it is. So we're sitting here at a B minus. Maybe we'll change our tune. Maybe even a flat B if they did move him to left tackle. Maybe I'll give it a flat B because then Nicholas Petit Frere, at least when he did play in the NFL, he was right tackle. Yeah. But now I'm kind of fingers crossing. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm kind of fingers crossing for us to do, like I said a couple videos ago, double up on tackle. Let's go right tackle in the second round.
Yep, that actually I would be okay with that. That sounds weird. Like not many people do that. It sounds like Mike Vrabel thing to do, but
yeah,
I'll be okay with that. I love a good off the line. I really think that opens up so much stuff. So if we can get 2 good tackles, Peter Skronsky, Lloyd Cushenberry, that sounds like a good off the line.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna call this one a day. We'll hit you back up tomorrow, maybe, but Saturday for sure. So peace out. Tighten up.